No one. David at the dentist.
Who?
Remember
Thank
David at the dentist? When he... Ah!
Who's David at the dentist?
David
It's
after
like
the
an
dentist. It's
old
YouTube
YouTube.
video.
Oh.
It's the little kid, and he's, like, hyped up on whatever, nitrous.
Yeah.
And he just had, tooth pulled or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's in his, like, booster seat in the car.
Uh-huh.
And at one point, he just goes, ah! Like,
Oh, no.
and I think about it every time I, like, adjust myself in my work chair.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
so funny. Missed that one.
Yeah. I think if you saw it, you'd be like, oh, yeah.
That thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was everywhere, and, like, every late night host was, like, parroting it.
It literally doesn't sound familiar. I mean, Charlie Bit My Finger is probably, like, the only YouTube video.
I feel like it was similar time.
It was around
Really?
the same time as Charlie Bit My Finger.
Yeah, it was just on Charlie Bit My Finger
Yeah.
YouTube, and that's it.
Not David after
Ouch,
the dentist.
Charlie.
Charlie bit me, and it really hurt, and it's still hurting.
My YouTube history is very limited. It's basically Jenna Marbles, Shane Dawson,
Oof. Same.
and Zoella.
Yeah.
With a little sprinkle of glitter.
And now her daughter is doing some, like, influencer stuff, and they're so cute.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all. That's how they all were raised to be.
Yeah. Well,
Little
13.
money makers. Yeah, but, like, that YouTube kids and TikTok kids will always gross me out.
It's literally, like, basically only on Instagram,
Yeah.
and it's mostly about her theater stuff that she's been
Cute.
doing since she was really little.
Yeah.
It's just mostly about, like, her dancing and doing local theater
Yeah. Makes sense.
and some random little brand deal stuff.
Good for her. Put it in the savings account. Today's going to be a shorty.
Yeah.
A quickie. But we're going to have some fun. We're going to answer some shocks and
An
get to know each
afternoon
other better.
delight, if you will.
Oh, well, not that. Because we are related.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rethink that one?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
You said quickie, so.
True. You did head in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say?
What can I say? I'm struggling.
You're fine. You're fine.
I didn't want to.
Good noise, though.
Yeah. You're welcome,
Yeah.
audience.
If your house caught fire, apart from anything living, animals, and people, what is the one thing you would grab on your way to safety?
Probably all my notebooks and journals. I have saved every journal, every notebook that I have written in since college.
Mm-hmm.
Like any work notebook, idea notebook. They're filled to the brim. I actually just recently found them because we went through the garage last week and got rid of a ton of crap. Because I don't really have a ton of keepsakes. I don't like stuff.
Yeah.
Mom hates that about me.
I think my parents similarly.
Yeah, I don't want to hold on to stuff. The childhood stuff that she has kept for me barely takes up half a trunk at her house, and I don't even remember what's in there. Like, yeah, it's stuff that I'll want to hold on to, but the notebooks, yeah, because it just, work notebooks specifically just showcase such a growth in your brain over the years, and it's so funny to look back at, like, what I was brainstorming 15 years ago, and the fact that I have notebooks from 15 years ago blows my mind. And journals too, because I've been journaling since I was 17, and not every day. When I was younger, I would journal like at least once a week, but lately it's been like once a quarter or every other month, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But those are never in the tech bubble. I haven't put them on the internet.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to recreate them, and those are really special to me, and hopefully someday they'll help write the book. But yeah, those, and then maybe we have like a box of wedding stuff. It's really small. So that anything that I can't recreate or hasn't already been realized in the tech world,
Yeah.
I would grab.
I have renter's insurance. Just grabbing me and the cat.
Well, renter's insurance can't bring back your childhood memories of something.
Memories.
Memories.
Well, most of my, like, childhood stuff is at mom's.
Yeah.
I have some books that maybe I would grab, like books that I've had since I was a kid.
Yeah.
My laptop.
Your laptop.
Listen, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Not that it wouldn't be covered by insurance, but
True.
yes.
Personal property.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm. Thank you. I do go through your company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have like a ton of super sentimental stuff. I grab grandpa.
Oh my God. Don't forget Grandpa.
I do have a little urn
Yeah.
in
think
my apartment.
Mom has leftovers,
That's
though.
true.
So she could just
You would have
refill
more.
it.
Oh, no.
Don't want him double cremated though.
Oh, no.
Woof. Extra toasty.
I don't think that urn is fireproof.
Definitely
Isn't
not.
it wood?
No, mine is metal.
Hers, or Mom's is, I think.
Yeah.
Right? So funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Because they said animals, so yeah, I would grab May and maybe some books.
Yeah.
My laptop.
I like it.
My phone history.
Your hidden folder.
Hidden folders.
I like it. I like it. What about you?
My first idea, or like first thing that came to my mind was I have a couple of files that have like birth certificates,
Yeah.
social security card, like all the important documents that I'd probably just grab. Really
Yeah,
quick.
mine's in like one file folder thing in my
Yeah.
closet. So yeah,
I
probably
need to
grab
get
that.
like a fireproof box, I feel like.
They
But
do have those.
I've looked at them multiple times because every year I'll go through part of like my annual clean through, and towards the end of it, it's always like office and filing cabinets and all that because it just becomes a dumping ground throughout the year.
Yeah.
And every year I'm like, I'm going to get a firebox this year, but I don't want to spend the money on one.
It's just one of those things. Like James and I have talked about putting together go bags. Have you heard of these? For natural disasters.
Oh,
or
yeah.
when the world ends inevitably. There's these really cool kits. Like Amazon sells whole ones that are like built for you and can last up to like a year and a half or something like that of food and supplies. But it's always just that last thing on our list of like, well, do we really need it? I mean, we're so inland, like nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But you probably should, especially for like earthquake preparedness. Something should be there. I think we need to at least have water in the garage or something, which we don't have.
Yeah.
We don't have natural disasters here other than dust storms
Exactly.
and the odd brush fire.
I do feel like flooding will become more and more intense
Yeah,
here as
probably.
climate change goes on.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of like senior year, I had just graduated high school and was getting ready to go to college, and we had a really big forest fire that summer. So much so that we had to like cut camps
Really?
and evacuate like a bunch of people. I think our house was actually evacuated because it was like coming up towards it.
Oh, scary.
And so we were all staying out at camp, but we had sent all the children home.
Yeah.
But I was getting ready for college. I'd had my graduation party. I got all these things. So I was like, my car was packed up with all my stuff to go to school because I was like, I just got all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to re-buy all of these things for my dorm room. And
Yeah.
so I had to like pack through all that stuff.
That's so scary though.
But I know.
But everything ended up being okay. It didn't come close to your guys's.
I don't remember how far it came to our house, but I mean, it was like a couple miles from our home. It was pretty close. There's a big hill behind. They live in the mountains, so like hills are normal. But there's like a big incline behind our house, and if you climb to the top of it, you could see where the burn was.
So scary.
Yeah. I remember when it started happening too, my dad and I were driving to Walmart, and we just saw this huge black plume of
Whoa.
smoke, and we were like, what's that? And so we drove past, like kept driving down towards it just to see like where it was
What was
coming
going
from. Yeah, and it was like way too far up, and they had to evacuate.
I was kind of surprised that our area didn't get evacuated just on the air quality alone. 'Cause
Yeah.
It was so horrific when we had the 3 fires this summer, but we could see the flames. Like they were big enough and tall enough on the mountainside just south of us
Yeah.
that I was like, wow, cool.
So scary.
I love living here so much.
Well, and they just had another fire this past week
Your mom and dad?
where, but like on the opposite side of the town where they
Yeah.
live. the next town over, and some friends had to evacuate, and they stayed with my parents and stuff. But my mom had sent a screenshot of this app that tells you like the fire percentage of containment and like all the updates and stuff. So I like downloaded the app. I was like, okay, set this as one of my favorite locations, so that way I can just get updates about if something's going on.
We use the same exact thing for our James downloaded it like day one. He's like, oh, this is like stats. I was like, this is not football.
Right?
People are losing their homes, bro.
Yeah, so crazy.
It's so wild. But
So
thank
with
God
Arizona, like, we really only deal with that up, I feel like, up north.
Yeah.
Up north is where most of the fires are.
Yeah.
We're like, okay down here. We've got pollution.
There's too much city.
And we can't breathe. But
yeah.
good stuff.
But no fire.
But no fires.
Love it.
Yeah.
One of our users commented on our last Ask for Questions, a really fun one. Mandy, thank you so much. What is one insignificant thing that you are super passionate about, i.e., the perfect peanut butter and Jay must have peanut butter on both sides of the bread or the jelly will make it soggy? That's hers, I'm guessing.
That is valid.
Very valid.
And she does make a fire peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Love that. Thank you, Mandy. That's such a fun one. I have to think about this, though.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. What is one insignificant thing that you are super passionate about? Hers was the perfect PB&J.
What am I passionate about?
I know. I'm trying to think of like all the weird idiosyncrasies that I have.
I have to have a foot out.
To sleep?
And yeah. Yeah, one out.
Just
one has
one.
to be covered because demons.
Just demons.
And you don't let it go off the side of the bed?
No.
I do that too. I kind of like hook the blanket
Yes.
with my leg.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah, I have to have some kind of like fabric in between. Like if I'm not wearing pajama pants.
Yeah.
Because then I can't have my skin touching skin. I don't like it. It gets too hot.
That's how I feel about my feet touching sheets.
Yeah. Well, you sleep with socks on.
Yeah.
Which I still can't understand.
Nope, can't get behind it. I'm so sorry.
I try
To
not
not?
to. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sometimes I'm like, tonight's the night. I'm not going to sleep with socks on. But then I have to have an emergency pair next to me just in case.
I love it.
And then I can't.
Yeah, I'm
No.
pretty
Freaks me
passionate
out.
about my 1 foot out
Okay.
fabric and or a pillow between the knees.
Yeah. Cute. I think I used to have a lot of these. But living with a man really
Just
changes
rips
you.
them away.
Just really changes you. I'm trying to think right now, what are the things that I have to do while traveling that make me feel at home or like secure? And honestly, as long as I have chapstick and or a balm,
Yeah.
always need a balm.
A lip oil.
Yeah, I just needed some. I started listening to Call Her Daddy. Don't judge me. But when she had Kamala on, I was like, okay, I can fuck with this girl. Let's go. She was talking about how she always has chapstick. Like, she can't not have something on her face.
Yeah.
If her lips are unmoisturized, it drives her crazy. I'm like, oh, I'm the same way. I like have to have something available to me at all times. So while traveling, yes, that and moisturizer. So like anything, any kind of lotion and lip balm has to be with me at all times.
Dry girl.
I am very dry all the time.
Can't relate.
Well, I have those little pots of Aquaphor all around the house.
Yeah. See, I have like 3 different cuticle oils in my purse.
Ugh.
I use all of them.
Yeah.
And I'm also that kind of girl that will use an entire chapstick or an entire lotion bottle. I love it all.
Yeah.
Moisturize me.
She does put the lotion on her skin.
I do.
Yeah.
So soft.
I'm bad about moisturizing, except chapstick.
Yeah.
I can't go to sleep unless I have like a good thick layer of,
Yeah, I got a little soaking.
yeah, Jansen hates it.
Retainers. Lips.
Do you wear your retainers?
No, I wish.
I can't.
I have a permanent bottom retainer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I just have a metal bar in the bottom of my.
Our
How's that for you?
orthodontist wouldn't do.
I honestly don't think about it too much until I have to floss.
Oh, yeah, well, that makes
Then
sense.
it's a pain. You gotta thread the needle.
Oh, God, that would get annoying.
Yeah.
I got my braces off like the week before my 16th birthday, thank God.
Ugh.
And then for my graduation gift, my parents took me and them to Paris and London, and I left my retainers in Paris.
Oh,
and
no.
Didn't remember that until like 2 years later. I just kind of was like, oh yeah, they're not here anymore.
Yeah.
And I didn't make a fuss about it because I knew my mom would be pissed.
I still have mine.
Really?
I have mine too.
They
I have
are
my
10
top
years
one.
old. They do not fit
Well, no.
because
Your teeth have
my
changed so
teeth have
much.
shifted a lot. Oopsie.
Yeah.
Since 10 years ago when I got my braces off.
But not in a bad way. I mean, especially because didn't you get your teeth fixed down here when you got your wisdom teeth out? No? It's not as prominent anymore, though.
Yeah.
I feel like it was
My
way more
snaggle.
prominent. Yeah. Maybe they shifted a little bit down.
What's bad is evidently I'm a tongue thruster.
Oh.
My dentist's words. Yeah. And so because I swallow wrong, my tongue like hits the front of my teeth
Uh-huh.
or the back of my teeth.
Uh-huh.
And so it's slowly over time curving the back of my front teeth.
Interesting. I grind.
I've been grinding bad lately, like waking up and my jaw hurts.
You don't ever let your dentist tell you you need to get custom grinding retainer, whatever the heck they try to sell you, because they're like $500 or $600 a pop. Just go to Target or whatever and go to the dental aisle and get the ones that you can just put into a hot boiling pot of water and then mold to your teeth. They do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
A good night guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do help a lot,
Yeah.
especially if you're going through an anxious time.
Uh-huh.
Because grinding,
I'm real worried about cracking a tooth.
exactly. Your teeth are an organic substance, so you have to be careful because you can't bring that back.
I have
Careful.
bad teeth.
What do you mean?
Well, it's like genetic.
Yeah.
Really?
You're prone to
I've
cavities.
had 3 root canals thus far.
Whoa.
2 on this side, 1 on this side.
Whoa.
I've had 2.
2 of them I've had to, since I've been married, so I've had to pay for them myself. Very fun.
Yeah.
As a child, I had horrible, horrible baby teeth. I was at the dentist constantly, and they had to do like 7 or 8. I don't remember the actual number, but they were called pulpotomies, which is essentially like a root canal on a baby tooth.
Yeah.
I had like 8 of those.
Holy moly.
I had to have a few teeth pulled when I was younger, and like spacers put in before I had braces.
Bailey had spacers.
Yeah.
I had
And
to.
a palate expander.
Oh,
I
didn't
had
have
just
a
the palate
I
expander.
thought
I
you
didn't
had
have the spacers.
Oh, I didn't have a palate expander, but like they had to pull a couple of like my bottom teeth, and then
No, my mouth was big enough for braces.
Mine wasn't, especially my top. So I had to have the crank thing. My mom had to like torture me like medieval times
Yeah.
on the bed. Lay your hands out. No! I have to crank it one more time. No!
oh no,
Awful.
yeah, horrible. I had to also like beg to get, not beg, but like I really had to advocate to get braces
Oh.
because both my siblings had braces before me, but neither one of them really wore their retainers very much, so their teeth shifted back, and they're like, that was all this money that we paid for both to get
Please.
braces.
They got a discount for mine because I was the third kid to go to the same orthodontist.
Yeah.
So they got mine for like half off.
Oh, nice.
Little deal.
Yeah.
Steal little deal.
Buy 2 get 1 half off.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
At that point, they should.
yeah.
But that orthodontist who's like, no, should have been retired then, doesn't do permanent retainers. Like, does not believe in them. Is like very against them.
I didn't even get an option.
The dentist that we went to at the same time absolutely hated this orthodontist. They would
Oh, no.
talk crap about him
Oh,
every time
no.
we would come in. They'd be like, "Ugh, what's himself? He's the worst." I'm
Yeah.
like, cool. As I sit here with my braces on from this orthodontist,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
I also had my braces for nearly 4 years. Twice the normal length. I had them for all of high school. I got
Oh,
them at
no.
the end of 8th grade. Didn't get them off until spring semester senior year.
Ugh.
brutal.
Yeah, I think I had mine.
And because I had them for so long, I had really bad staining on
Oh,
my teeth
really?
that had to be like buffed out
Mm.
because I had braces for too long
Yeah.
and wasn't able to like brush well enough in certain spots. And so I had really like I was so self-conscious about it
Yeah.
because I had like it was on my canines, like really gross staining.
Mm.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was gonna say, I think I had my braces for maybe 2 years,
Yeah,
a year and a half,
I think a little over 2.
but I got them off like January of my senior year, and it was like cut off before, like I got them off right before I had to turn in my senior pictures.
It's 12:45. I'm so sorry.
Please hold. I thought Mom was calling you. I was
No. That's my 12:45 alarm, which is on weekdays my reminder to go back to work because I go home for lunch every day. On weekends, it's to remind me to eat.
Oh, I was gonna say, you can set like Monday through Friday.
No, yeah, I have to have it on the weekends too,
Ah.
or I will forget to eat the amount of meals that I need to be eating.
Word.
So
Yeah. The thing I've been trying to think also about, like what I'm
Your insignificant thing.
when you are eating sushi and you're creating your bowl of soy sauce.
Yeah.
You have to put just like a little bit of soy sauce, just a little bit, in the bottom, and mix your wasabi into that so you get it to not be so chunky.
Yes.
And then pour the rest of your soy sauce that you want.
Yes. That is an insignificant thing, but also something
Yeah.
everyone thinks about.
Yeah.
Or you should.
If you want to have a good experience and enjoy, get just the perfect amount of spice.
Yeah.
Not a lumpy soy sauce.
Yeah.
Wasabi mixture.
Yeah.
So you don't want a wasabi chunk.
No.
No.
That'd
Just
be dangerous.
Sneaking in there.
Yeah.
Word. I get that.
Now I
That
really
would
want
ruin the
sushi.
bite.
I love sushi so much.
It would ruin the bite. It would ruin the whole dinner. I'd argue.
That's what I was trying to think through because I was like, mine have to be food related, but now
Yeah.
I can't really think of any anymore. I don't know. My eating has also changed so much in the last few years that I don't really have any. Yeah. You want to do one more?
Sure.
Sorry.
Because I technically did one.
Thank you for the question, Miss Mandy.
Thank you.
Love you much.
That was good. Keep them coming.
She loves the podcast very much, which we appreciate.
Thanks.
And
you.
she said it calms her down. She has really bad road rage, like it bad. And so, but she listens to the podcast when she's driving to work, and it helps calm her down so that she doesn't rage while she's driving.
Should we start yelling a little?
No, mother truckers.
Wait, that's
Get out
fantastic.
of the way!
Yeah. But yeah, so that's a little fun fact about my bestie.
That's funny.
That is so funny.
What's one of the coolest or most unique gifts you've ever received?
Memorable.
Yeah.
This was my question.
Oh, yeah.
I can go while you guys think.
Yeah, go ahead.
James loves to give a gift. But when we were first dating, he didn't really know me very well, so he didn't know how to give good gifts. He just knew how to give me things. And I don't like things. So I have like a multitude of things that I hold on to for like a couple years, and then I'd be like, would you be offended if I give this away? One literally just happened last week when we were cleaning out the garage because he bought me years ago,
Yeah.
maybe 3 or 4, this Christmas wreath.
Oh, no.
That's literally the size of like a small child. It's humongous, and it's all red. The entire thing is red, and it has these like branches, but they are twig-like, and they break off constantly. They shed everywhere, and then they have these like fake little holly berries everywhere. So it's just like this bright red target on our door. And then it's not proportional to any of the doors we've ever had. It takes up like half the door because it's humongous. I also have never been able to find a wreath box holder to fit it because they don't make them that big. So I've been shoving it into this one that is not big enough for it. And every year I basically trim it because it won't fit. And it expands too. Like every time I take it out of the wreath box, it just grows 4 feet. And then I have to trim it back after Christmas. It's ridiculous.
Oh, no.
And I finally, when we were cleaning it out, I was like, would you be offended if I give this away? He's like, no, it's fine. He's like resolved himself now because he's figured out my style and like the
now
things.
he's good at it.
Yeah, now he's good at it. So now I'm starting to weed out the things that I didn't really like over the years. It's fine. I love you so much. So what has helped the most is Etsy. He like found Etsy 2 or 3 years ago. And ever since Etsy, every time he's given a gift, the gift giving has gotten better because he just knows me better and he knows like the kinds of stuff that I'll actually keep because it's sentimental and cute, or I really like it. And the wedding gift that he put together was the best one by far. You could tell he spent so much time putting together all the pieces. Yeah. He got this really pretty like dark wood box with the Gabberts and established whatever date engraved onto the top of it. Very pretty. And then he packed it with little things that he knew that I would love, but then he wrote notes for every single one so that I would understand like the story that he was trying to weave. He loves to weave a story with a gift.
Yeah.
And he put like this really cute card in there. He was super intentional with the card because he knows that I love written things. We went to Italy for our honeymoon, so he got me these little tiny rigatoni noodle earrings, like gold noodle earrings, and a couple of other things. And I had never cried over a gift that he'd given me, and it's also very rare that I will cry over a gift that anyone gives me. No offense. You just gotta you gotta work hard to get me right here in the feels.
Yeah.
And I was just so blown away over the detail and the planning that it was the best gift ever, and I've kept all of it. It's in the wedding box of the things that I would grab if there was a fire or a natural disaster. But yeah, he's doing real good. Love that guy. So cute.
Most of my favorite gifts have been like experiences, not things. You've gifted me some fun experiences at concerts and stuff. It's so lovely. I know. At this point, I'm just gonna hold it.
You keep talking and I'll put the bag on.
Okay.
There's an extra bag to your right.
Yeah, Bailey has gifted me. She took me to my first Foo Fighters show, and that was fun because that was one where I really didn't expect it. Because I knew she was going, and then she surprised me that she had bought me a ticket too in 2015, and so that was a fun surprise. I don't know. I don't really have any that are like super stand out.
All good.
Yeah.
I feel similarly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any gifts I've gotten. I like a practical gift because I also am not a super knick-knacky type person. So I don't want to hang on to things.
I get that.
So the first thing that came to my mind was the 21 Pilots concert that Jansen took me to. He gave that to me for our first Christmas together.
Dating. Right?
Dating. Yeah.
Cute.
So I think that was fun.
Do you have like a t-shirt from that show?
I think I might have recently gotten rid of them. He just bought me like a couple shirts from Hot Topic.
Yeah.
That had the band and like cover art and stuff on it. I think I maybe kept one shirt in a keepsake box.
Yeah.
But I don't have them like hanging in my closet anymore.
I did think I have my quilt that Mom made me when I graduated high school.
Quilt.
So it's all my t-shirts from high school. It's like bands that I loved. Some of them I obviously still love. There's a Hawk Nelson t-shirt. We were talking about Hawk Nelson last night. There's a fully signed Hawk Nelson t-shirt on there. There's a Paramore shirt from Hot Topic. There's all my theater shirts from the shows I did all through high school, and all my like camp and church shirts and all of that. And
cute.
I did think of one now.
Oh, what?
It reminded me. So similarly, my parents didn't really make me a baby book.
Oh, yeah.
And I always was so sad because my siblings had baby books and I couldn't go back and look at mine. Yeah. And so for my graduation, I have 3 photo albums in my bedroom of me through the years. So it's like the first one's elementary school, middle school, and then high school. And then they put all these like things that they saved from that time. And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Still waiting on mine.
telling you, we've talked about this before. The second my mom retires, the crafting that she will do, it'll be haywire.
Well, and I just found the box that is all the undeveloped film from my childhood.
Oh, no.
I bet you anything, my 13th birthday party film is in that box then.
Probably.
If we have a box of undeveloped.
Do you know how expensive it is to get film developed now?
I know.
It's ridiculous.
Costco is not bad, though.
Yeah, we can try Costco.
Maybe we just do like one a month.
Right.
And it'll be like a little series.
But watch them just all be like
crap.
So many of them were camp cameras. Because you know how she would always send us with a disposable for camp? Because pre having a cell phone.
Yeah.
And so a lot of them, like the ones that have my name written on them, I know they're just camp ones.
Oh, but I want to see those.
I do too. Yeah.
That was one of the things that we put in our manifestation for the trip. Every city that we go to, one of the first stops that we're going to do is just like a corner store, and we're going to get a camera for each city. Yeah. And we'll split the role in half. Half will be from my perspective, half will be from James's perspective, and then we'll get it developed when we get home.
That's so fun.
Because that also makes it easy that we don't have to travel with that there. We just pick it up as we go.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. That'll be cute.
Yeah. I'm also excited. We decided, obviously this is our Christmas present to each other, the trip itself, but we're gonna give each other one gift when we get to West Yorkshire for Christmas, but we're gonna find the gift while we're traveling.
Oh, fun.
And surprise each other with it. So, because I want to do alone days. I don't know if this is weird.
No, I
like
fully
alone,
support.
I like alone time. So we're gonna do like, we'll choose one day every city to just go off and go do our own things and see what we see, and then come together for dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
Interesting.
As someone who only travels solo or with my mom, I fully support solo. I think it's such a unique way to discover a new city.
Absolutely.
To be in a new place. Like when I got to do Croatia by myself for just 5 days, like
so fun,
just so different. Like I walked everywhere, and I like just made random friends. One of our listeners in Germany is a girl that I shared a hostel room with in Croatia. So it's like
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. And she was just so sweet, and we still follow each other on Instagram. Like those little things, like
Well, so much of what we want to do on this trip is figure out, could we picture ourselves living here and doing life here? And if we're together all the time, that's not going to feel realistic. It's also a huge reason why we are only doing Airbnbs, because we want to cook there. Yeah. I want to see like, what kind of ingredients can I go get at the market, and what could I craft from all these new places and new recipes. So
I will say learning to cook seasonally is so interesting.
Yeah.
And was one of the only real like culture shocky things I really had in Bosnia, other than the language.
Because so much is not available all the time. Which I love.
And so much can, like, depending on the country you're in, so much might be unavailable because of like laws. Yeah. Like food laws, food regulations, or just like what can be brought into that country, you know, trade wise, legally. Yeah. So
interesting.
I never thought about that.
It was so funny because there'd be like seasons where like they'd be like, okay, now's the time, eat all the tomatoes you want.
Yes.
Because in a month you're not going to be able to get a single tomato.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting, but it made you like the tomatoes tasted better during that season. Like everything. Because
they're supposed to be there at that time. I think I'm more specifically excited to cook in Copenhagen because a lot of the food shows that I've watched that feature Copenhagen talk about that a lot, about the seasonality of their goods and like how there's just so much they're not able to get, especially during the winter. So they do like a lot of, what's it called? Canning. Like preserving. Yeah, they do like a lot of preserving in the summer and fall to prep for everything they won't be able to have for the very long winter. Yes. So it should be interesting.
I ate a lot of preserved, like peppers is like a big thing that's preserved in the Balkans. And so a lot of bell peppers and
pickled
things.
You can pickle that.
You absolutely can.
Oh, wow. That went really fast.
Yes, it did.
What a delightful day.
Yeah.
We're hoping you have a delightful day.
Yeah.
Hey, next episode is our season finale of season 2. And that means it's also book club. So Then She Was Gone by
Lisa Jewell.
Thank you. Why can't I remember her first name? I just remember Jewel.
I keep calling her Ellie. Isn't that a character in the book? That's the daughter.
That's the daughter.
Okay.
We're going to discuss that. Kelly's bringing some great book club questions, which we should go through together in between the break.
Yeah.
And we hope that you'll join us. My sister by blood, Halsey, and my sister by contract,
Kelly.
I'm Bailey, your host of Blood and Contracts. We'll see you on the next one. Love you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.